All right, Big Bill Media guys, what's up? It's Spreading Circuses, doing a quick little hot take on some of the stuff going on right now. What we're gonna do for the next little bit, we're just gonna talk about big news out of New Zealand last weekend. If you didn't hear about it, man, you are living under a rock. Shooting in Christchurch going on over there. Uh, what made it really sickening was a guy live streamed it on the internet while he was doing it. So if you look really hard, you could probably find it. I would not recommend watching it. It's pretty sick.
No, I didn't watch it. I don't like that shit.
Man, even like for like live videos of like fucked up stuff going on, like it's bad of fucked
Is
up
it
stuff.
really?
Yeah, man, it's
I
fucking
haven't,
brutal.
because all I did was I've never watched anything like that. I have no desire to see that stuff. Like the
Yeah,
shock videos, like Two Girls, One Cup, stuff like that. Of course,
they
it's probably a little different.
the guy not only live streamed it, but he announced he was going to do it on 8chan, not 4chan. He put it on poll, which poll on 8chan is an even worse, like Nazi echo chamber than it is on actual 4chan. And he published his manifesto on it.
So
well.
I'm not familiar. What's 8chan?
8chan is like 4chan, basically it's same setup and everything, but it's owned by different people.
Think 4chan, but
worse.
So you know the
I'm
meme.
not 100% sure what 4chan is. I know it's
you
like
know
a
the
trolling
meme?
hotbed.
That it's like these people having a rational discussion, and then there's these other people that come in like throwing shit all over the place.
Oh yeah.
If 4chan is the people having the rational discussion, which is a stretch, by the way.
At least
8chan is the people throwing shit all over the place. That is the level of oh my god that goes on there.
At least on the slash poll for it, which slash political, like if 4chan has split up into topics, right? Like slash A slash B, whatever. It's like from anime to random to fucking comic books to porn, which is like 40% of it. But one of them is political, and political is a very, very well known on the internet, like ethno national, like basically Nazi echo chambers, fucking
On
just full of
4chan?
Nazis. Yeah, on 4chan.
Okay.
And it's been like that for a really long time, since like the internet was born in in 2000s, like when 4chan was around. It's always been a Nazi echo chamber. But what happened was 8chan came around, and a lot of the fucking hardcore ass Nazi dudes went over to 8chan. So now they're even worse over there because 8chan is a lot less known than 4chan. So
wasn't this guy like an Australian citizen, and he?
Okay. From what I know, I mean,
because they're making it seem like it's because New Zealand's this big gun culture, but like they have a ban on anything over 7 rounds, and you can't get it if you're not a citizen, which he wasn't. He crossed the border. So I don't know how he got like there. He obviously didn't get it legally. But my favorite thing is I was reading an article, and they were applauding the police for responding in just 36 minutes. Like, are you fucking kidding? 30. What else are you doing? What else do you have to do?
My thing about it was this was the kind of discussion that this guy wanted people to have. He wanted to pit against, the quote unquote the left wing and right wing people against each other on this, because look at what he did. He specifically went after a mosque. He specifically did it when they were, at prayer. He specifically said a bunch of crazy things to get everybody riled up. Like he said, like subscribe to PewDiePie because he knows people are divided on him.
So I've never understood what's the deal with PewDiePie. Why is that such a? I've never watched any of his videos. Why is he such a controversial?
Do you want the 5 minutes on PewDiePie?
No, just give me like a
long story short. He made a video where he said a anti-Semitic joke, and people were really split.
So that's not what's going on here.
That's not what's going on now, but that's basically what's made him controversial a few years ago. Yeah, and it's just been like a rock falling down in an avalanche now. So
the reason it was applied here is because PewDiePie is currently, or probably not by now, the most subscribed YouTube channel, but there's this huge conglomerate channel coming out of India that's about to pass him, or has already by the time.
I think it's already passed him.
Yeah.
There's been a thing on the internet where everyone's been trying to get PewDiePie to get continue to be subscribed because they don't want some Indian corporation to be like the biggest, most subscribed channel on YouTube. They want it
And
to
that's
be
a
person.
racist thing.
It's
No,
not a
it-
racist thing. It's just a thing. Like
There are
Okay.
racists involved in that.
Well,
though,
I'm
to be
sure. There's,
That's
yeah.
everything, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's racists involved with fucking Power Rangers. So
But the whole thing is by mentioning PewDiePie, because there's so much going on there, he's ensuring that we're going to get these fucking articles that have already come out like, oh, PewDiePie tied to white nationalism.
Yeah,
I saw the
it
Business
happened a
Insider
fucking
thing.
fuck yourself.
hour after it happened.
New York Post.
Yes.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Or was it
So
the
basically,
Times?
but
It was
that's
the
what he was
Times,
trying to do.
sorry.
He literally says it in his manifesto that he published that he's trying to add fuel to the fire in the cultural like war that's going on in the world. Like he's trying to get people to argue with each other over gun control. He's trying to get people to argue with each other over like, you know, like a bunch of Islamic terrorist attacks, and now it's on them now. Well, that's not my opinion, but like that's what he was trying to do was that.
Okay.
So like I mean honestly, like even just us talking about it here, like I feel like we're helping him in his goal, but I mean like I'm pointing out like this guy's a fucking nut job.
I
He's-
mean, it's a big deal, though.
Yeah.
We got to talk about stuff like this that's going on in the world. We can't just ignore it. You know, it's.
I
mean,
want to
that's
talk
what we
about the
do
fact
is
that
we-
that's what the guy is fucking doing. Is that he's,
right. Well, did I read this wrong, or did I read this? I've had a rough weekend, so I didn't really pay much attention to the news. But
Yeah.
didn't he do it for? He said he wanted to create gun control in America.
He wanted
He
to
wanted to push for gun control in America.
get people to talk about it. The guy was a self-proclaimed like Nazi dude. Like his if you read
Right.
through his manifesto, it's like it's Nazi stuff. It's ethno-nationalist shit. So I think what he was trying to do was to get people who want gun control to use it as an example to rile people up to them who are going to make
so he's
these
like
claims.
a Russian troll then. He
Basically,
just wants
yeah,
to
but,
instigate both sides. Well, that's
yeah,
what
but like
because
really, really well. Like the dude went and fucking shot up a mosque. Like,
Ocasio Cortez, that beautiful dumb bitch, she was blaming the NRA for it.
in New Zealand. Yeah, that's what he wants, though. That's what he wants.
The
He
NRA
wants-
doesn't extend to fucking New Zealand, though.
He wants these dumb fucking left wing things to come out with these PewDiePie's fault for it, gun control. Like we need more gun control, so the right wingers or the the gun free people will react to that and just create a big fight on
Well, yeah,
and add
'cause
fuel to
they-
the cultural war.
Because New Zealand's attorney general or whatever the hell it was, he issued some statement they were going to ban semi-automatic weapons. And then fucking Kim Kardashian was like, oh, this is what the kind of leadership we need. I'm like, okay, first off, bitch, you guys keep talking about how we're not going to take the guns. I'm like, well, like 90% of guns in America are semi-automatic, right? Like I have a shotgun with 4 rounds in it that's semi-auto. That would be banned under that law.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
and I also
how
love
easy
celebrities
it
that are
is.
surrounded in fucking armed guards 24/7 that tell me I can't have a semi-automatic gun. Go fuck yourself.
Look how easy it is, though, to rile people up with that. Like both
Yeah, I
sides.
know. I'm
the
getting
left
mad
wing-
right now.
Yeah, exactly. Left wing gets riled up because of gun control pushing, and then right wing gets riled up because of no, we're not going to be using this as something to cite for gun control. Like it's that easy. Like you just
Right.
start talking about it, and either side, like nobody wins in that because like at the end of the day, dude, it was a bunch of innocent people getting fucking murdered by some psycho Nazi guy,
Definitely.
like some
yeah.
terrorist. Like there's no other way to say it. It's a terrorist.
No. I mean, he was
And-
absolutely. It was political. Yeah, it was
Exactly. And he's getting what he wants when he's riling people up because he did it in New Zealand, yes, but he was doing it like with the implied intent of having it destabilize like America by making people just fucking shit lord or shit best each other on the internet in America because that's what's happening. Like
Right. Well, yeah, and that's exactly what the Russian trolls do too.
exactly,
Is
yeah,
they
man.
They just go. I mean, this guy obviously took it to a different level to
Mhm.
the point where he was actually killing people.
Mhm.
But like, how did he? I mean, you see these mass shootings in America, and not to minimize those, but you like 10 people get killed. How did he get 40, 50 people like that? That just
They
doesn't make any
think-
sense.
There might have been other people, but they're not sure.
They always say
Uh,
there's other shooters though, and there almost never are.
I don't
That's
think
like
there
always one of
was.
those weird things that gives like the Alex Joneses of the world fuel. Oh, they said there were 2 shooters, and there,
Mhm.
there wasn't. But because it was like with Sandy Hook was really weird. They had like and that was what was weird about that was there were multiple reports of a second guy wearing camouflage in the woods right outside of the school, and then they all just went away. They never talked about him again. That's what,
Yeah, I mean, the situations like that with the attacks, like, I mean, it's hard to know because like it was a mosque in the middle of a city that like I'd never even heard of before this happened.
right,
Like,
right.
like there's not going to be a lot of people around to know all of. I mean, it's not like 9/11 attacks where you literally in downtown Manhattan and everyone is there to see it. Like it's just some little church and some little mosque in some little city. Like,
Right. Right. Oh, this guy was completely unstable, and
he was,
and we shouldn't credit him. I don't know his fucking name. I don't want to. I don't want to give him the notoriety of using it on here. I like how every report I've seen has blurred his face out. They're like, we're not even going to show this shitbag's face. I think that's responsible journalism, and I think it's way better than like what we did in the U.S., where you got after Sandy Hook, you've got Adam Lanza's faces everywhere on the news. Fucking the
the cover of Time,
the Boston Bombers on the cover of Rolling Stone, like he's some rock star.
I think the media. I think the media, because that was like what 5 years ago. I think the media knew that. I think the media knew they fucked up doing that. Mm-hmm. And you haven't seen it really.
Well, they keep doing it. James Holmes with his
so the reason you're seeing less of it is because, love him or hate him, Ben Shapiro, love him or hate him, Philip DeFranco, those kinds of guys are starting to really hammer that story home, and you're going to see less and less of it because there are cultural influencers who are finally starting to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. And so the media is being shamed into responsible behavior.
But, that's what it takes sometimes, though, is they need to be shamed. I don't agree with everything Ben Shapiro says, but, I mean, I have no problem with that.
It goes back to that one cultural, or that one the logical fallacy, man. If some, whoever is saying something, like if it's a real point, it's a real point, no matter who's saying it. So,
well, I have a lot of respect for Ben Shapiro. If he makes an argument, I'm at least going to listen to it. It doesn't mean I'm going to agree with it, but there's a lot of guys like that. They've gotten themselves to the point where no matter, Jordan Peterson's another one. Sargon, any of those guys, honestly, they make arguments. I may not necessarily agree with it 100% of the time, but I'm at least going to respect it enough to listen to what they have to say.
Basically what people should be doing to Alex Jones, but they won't because they're...
Well, Alex Jones is a little bit different. You've got a guy coming out, human-animal hybrids. I mean,
but everybody...
The frog's gay.
10 years ago, everybody knew he was just a big jackass. So
that's the problem is they silenced him and they made him... It's what they do with these people is they rile them up and that you silence these people, these extremists, and you turn them into martyrs.
What do you mean, people?
Extremists, far right.
All right, I think that is time though on this.
Pause. He is not far right.
Alex Jones?
Yeah.
What is Alex Jones then?
He's a conspiracy theorist, but he's not far right. He's got some really left-wing positions on some
He's
stuff.
Got some really far right-wing stuff though too.
Would you say could we just call him a libertarian?
No, but I think he would orbit the libertarian movement more than anything.
Well, he's got some far right, but I don't know. I guess I haven't listened to him enough lately. I know he took a hard right turn when he started hanging out with Roger Stone.
So I think we need to define what those terms mean. What right and left would mean.
That will be something we can do on a podcast because we are reaching time on here on this. But that is Big Bill Media. Yeah.
Bread and Circuses. We got our producer here. Peace out, y'all.